it could be pretty rough with the Phoenix there as well. If he gets pushed out early, then Thunder Predator gets some space, and we could have a proper game on our hands here.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I definitely like this draft for Thunder much more than last ones. Or at least the other two drafts fair. I think last time we could call it an out draft. Maybe I don't think this time is that bad. They have some weaknesses for sure, but...
And like the last time, it's not even that their draft didn't cover all angles. It's just that, you know, there's a couple of ridiculous picks right now. And you got to take those into account. You can craft yourself a beautiful ice sculpture, but sometimes there's just a mammoth coming straight at you. Well, what you gonna do? Artistry doesn't matter much.
Well, that is the most Finnish reference you can give me. Some.
Sorry, I was looking out the window.
As a Spaniard who's currently living at 33 degrees, I don't know what to mean with carving ice sculpture. It's just water for me at this point. but yeah, I agree with your point. It's tough. I think Thunder Predator seemingly is finding their ground a bit more though, because this draft looks like last draft, just better, right?
Yes.
They haven't changed gears, which is good currently for Thunder Predator.
And it's going to give you some space to, at the very least, talk about what actually happened in the gameplay this time. All right, we're doing the exact same things again, but better.
That's true. I want the perspective. Did you do that when did you sometimes have games where you actually forced this to happen to actually learn from them when you were coaching?
Yes. Like if you're flailing wildly, and that happens right when you instabilize, because in Dota it's very hard to say, all right, this is exactly why it went wrong. People will always have different opinions. And it doesn't even have to do with, oh, it was your mistake. Often people actually want it to be their mistake so that they can just play better next time and then it's solved. That's something that you gotta think about. Yeah. So sometimes you just gotta standardize the drafts so that you can actually get to the point where, like, all right, we tried this twice now, it went wrong twice in the same way. We can be pretty sure now that, you know, this was a problem.
Is going to die to 23 Savage? No, not quite. Okay, so that's interesting. So that's why you think that, if anything, even if this ends up being a loss, it's a valuable educational experience regardless for Thunder, who need to stabilize before TI. Okay.
Yeah, and especially more valuable than doing another wild draft and losing again would be. Like another wild draft and winning would be nicer, of course, because maybe you're on the road to finding something that works. But at the same time,
he wants particularly, and for Spectre and his like crazy jobs and the way they used to play was, I think the Ricky does suit at least his old playstyle.
Wild Morphling days.
Oh yes, I remember that. Yeah, the Wild Morphling days. Which he still plays, mind you. I mean, SEA, everyone. It's kind of like the badge of honor.
Frank?
You don't reach 7k unless you play Morphling. Yeah, Frank's gonna die. Relatively easy kill for Whitemon, who just harassed him to death. He stayed there a bit too long. And Frank is going to be a bit sad. If he felt emotions, Frank's actually a robot, no big deal.
This is the benefit of Ricky. I thought he was just getting his bottle delivered, and that's why he was playing up, but no, that is an empty...
Minos down bottom? Is he going to die to Cuckoo? No, actually, with a whole missile. They're trying to turn this around. There's no search on Cuckoo just yet, which means he's killable. Rocket barrage straight for Sheffer, but Sheffer had an ion shell that you can't see because it's under the saddle. So Minos gets surprised as Jeffer trying to outrun this Phoenix, and Wu hits the last Fire Spirit. With a Tango though? With a Tango? He's actually getting out of this one alive, Jeffer. One more Fire Spirit. Jeffer fights back, trying to go for the kill, but it's not going to be enough damage. Close though.
What a hero. And I do mean the guy here, not actually the hero. He do a baton pass back and forth a couple of times. You get an item, no, I get an item, no, you get an item. It's like the drafts that work that way are usually very elegant. It looks very good. And talk about that.
Cool. Yeah, the elegant jump is not going to be enough to save him, as Minos playing this really aggressively. And they also spear, by the way, Ricky up in the top lane, but Savage has a way to escape, so he should be, well, spoke too soon. Telekinesis him back. Whitemon here to help him. Link strike to his ally. He's fine.
To me, I'm going to take your refraction off. This rune's mine.
Yep. Has not taken the point in Doom yet. Oh, he's actually going to max the power first. So he's going to be the I go Midas, I farm on my Doom.
Yep. I mean, we know he has the space. He knows he has the space.
Do you need to do something as T1? Oh, actually, sorry. As Frank dies, there's the Hex. A bit more damage for the Savage, who just hit level 6. So he's going to get a double kill there.
Absolutely excellent. Yeah, that's a lot of extra damage over on the ultimate. Still playing with a lot of pressure in tournaments later.
Okay.
Because they're so used to playing fast.
So my follow-up question as we watch this game develop is, does that mean that when you have a lot of these games where you control the tempo and you say make these mistakes and they're yours to lose, does that decrease the confidence of teams?
Yeah, it does. Because you're very clearly getting confronted with the evidence that you're doing things wrong.
Okay.
Whereas, you know, if you take a game late
Nope.
and they just farmed harder or something, like where did you make the mistake?
23 Savage just avoided that arena like a god, but he's back into it. Oh no, Savage! This Rubik puts him back in the toy box. Savage gets away once again. Savage doesn't want to stay here and play, but Leo Style's not giving him this chance. He just needs one more hit, but they have no more dust. Savage lasted long enough, and instead they actually killed Minos in the bottom lane with Carl. So it ends up being a huge win for T1. That is massive.
It's massive. I can't believe how tanky he was just now.
Honestly. He has over corrosion KIPS. He has nothing. It's all his base armor. Okay.
It's just base armor, and yeah, that does do wonders when the main damage dealers in that fight are the Mars and the TA.
Yep. Moose. There's the cookie. Tricks the trade. Moose is as good as dead. And Savage is getting away. Nope. If there's someone that's going to make me change my opinion on Ricky Carey, it's going to be 23 Savage, honestly.
And they will say they're throwing, they're not.
Yes, yes, yes. And if you sound even remotely like someone that's not from like one of the main countries, they will destroy you.
Oh yeah.
If
Hey,
you're
you see, I just don't open my mouth. Carl is on top of Leo Style right now.
Doom. All right, there we go. Go for Leo stop with a supernova immediately. There's the Mortimer Skisses. Leo is not going to survive this. Wu supernova does nothing. In comes Minos trying to help out, but it's too late. You've already lost your mid. Carl has a blink dagger and the stomp, but does he want to reinitiate here? They're evaluating their options. Maybe the Rubik? Maybe the Rubik? Surge Carl, definitely the Rubik. Get the stun up. The Inferno Blade, perfectly timed. Moose might just die to the Scorched Earth. No, it's going to be 20 Savage to finishes him off. They did silence the Gyrocopter. Now going for Wu, who has no supernova, so now he's kind of vulnerable. Inferno Blade the Gyro, but they did pin Ricky to the wall, which means Savage is going to fall. But Minos also dying here to Cuckoo, zooming past him. He has the Iron Shell still on him. But Cuckoo hits by those Fire Spirits. He's going to die to Wu. He got a bit too cocky there.
What a slaughter. But yeah, that 300 extra health from the Iron Shell, you don't see that, but that is one of the reasons that T1 stays alive as long as they do in that game. Oh, Carl? Oh no. This was a one fight right up until this moment.
We do have a stomp. We have the Infernal Blade on top of this. Scorched Earth used. They bring him back. Oh, no. They bring him forward onto Leo. Another great spear. Frank. That's why they call him the android. He just doesn't miss.
You might have to buy back to Doom for this. Arena's still on CD for a little bit though.
We have vacuum and wall though, maybe. Okay, 23 Savage from the side. There's the wall, actually really good. Called onto 3, vacuum back in into the cookie with a finger of death. But Frank brings Whitemon back into the pit. Is that going to be enough? Yes, because 23 Savage is now stuck. Frank, maybe a bit too strong. Tricks of the trade won't last long enough. Savage will die. Supernova just for kicks. And T1 will lose 3. Now, yes, you have your Doom back in, but not, well, maybe a chance. Doom is ready. Carl tried to use it, telekinesis in time. Someone save Leo, but he gets hit by the Doom. And the illusions is going to be enough. They have to deny him. Leo won't be able to survive this. They do deny him at least. They do Doom the Doom. But if someone dooms the Doomsbringer, who dooms the Rubik? Not even needed. He is dead already. Earthquake for Frank. And Frank will also fall.
You could see by Cuckoo's angle there that he was going for the rune, not for the hero. He knows if I stand next to him, he dies. So of the utmost importance here is the money.
Indeed. Cuckoo knows. Wu nearby. He's like, well, my team is dead, but maybe I can be useful. And he is indeed, because they can't take down Roshan just with the Fire Spirits on. He has one last Spirit. There we go. And they just waited for Savage. Sunray will do nothing. Cuckoo actually wants to get the kill on Wu. Wu had the Icarus dive. He's going to be fine.
Yeah, close to 3k effective HP when he's got that bloody Ion Shell on top of him and so on. Now he's surged too. This man's a menace. You remember when there's no cap on that?
Yep. Now you find the TA. Leo Style, Refraction melts, much like yourself. And Leo Style will go down without him.
Minos!
Oh no, that's gonna be the 2 cores down. They're both trying to farm and they both just fall. That's not it. That's not what you're supposed to be doing, Thunder.
That's why you gotta be handing it over. Got to be going for at the same. But then again, at this point you can't anymore, right? Because T1 is going to be running at you with 5 heroes, as they have demonstrated, as soon as they hit that timing.
They bring down Wu as well. I mean, T1 is just unstoppable right now, and Thunder doesn't seem to have any options to bring back the space into the game. Is Carl pretending to do a creep? Yes, he is. Oh, Carl, you are.
And he was diving the tier 2 with the tier 1 still up.
TP, like, is there a moment where they can actually start and fight, or is T1 just gonna keep running them down?
Like,
Can they do
T1
anything?
executes this well.
Oh,
No,
well.
they don't have place to make.
Okay. Well, that's the answer, as they just killed 2 people. I don't even think they needed kisses, but why not?
That's the no-till answer, right? It's like they don't have place to make right now. If your enemy doesn't have any place to make, it means that you can do it.
We smoked. I guess we'll do something with this.
Yeah, I mean, this is the way that EG would try to recover from a game where they're economically behind. Oh snap! Carl just went in.
Okay. And that's gonna be Frank 10. Arena used though before that. Doom, we did get busted. They just took down Moose and Leo style. Either made out of paper. At least Cuckoo. No, yeah, he's taking damage for a second, but it's just gonna be an easy kill onto the Phoenix. One last one on the Gyrocopter. And it's a win for T1. Another team wipe for them, and not even that hype because shit. Is Carl even afraid of death right now? Apparently not, because he just hits the creep.
He has not been. Look at how they just peel apart this positioning of Thunder Predator. There's nothing they can do.
No, Minos. That's Minos dead again. The Supernova is used defensively, but they don't care about the Supernova. They have to activate the BKB to not get killed, and they just kill off Moose and Frank like they're nothing. Carl wants to blink in. We got a Doom. There we go. Thunder will call it. GG. They know they can't do anything else, and it's just time to give up. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta know when to hold them. You gotta know when to fold them. I would have folded them on the high ground triangle attempt, completely whiffing there. Tier 1 was just not in the mood to take any prisoners today whatsoever.
Yep. I mean, T1 just destroyed them, right? The execution was a bit bad.